Kevon.
We were always in the streets back in the day.
Boom. Oh, I like that. Felt it. All of the lights. Do, 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 do. Bum, boom, 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 boom. Yo. It is Wednesday. Good morning and welcome to KSAT News Now. This is our bite-sized digital newscast streaming and podcasting right now on KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and don't forget about YouTube. And joining me today, making her glorious return, to the KSAT News Now set. Priscilla Cataman, how's it going?
It's going well. I'm so happy to be back. I just returned from some maternity leave. I had my third and final child.
Oh, okay.
So it's good to be back there.
Yeah,
back
I
to
remember talking to your husband about this and was like, yeah, you guys are going to have it anywhere? He's like, no, I don't think we're going to have it anymore.
No.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, kudos to all those stay-at-home moms out there, because I was doing that for about 3.5 months.
Yeah.
It was lovely. It was nice. I'm so appreciative, but man, it's hard. So if you're doing that, you're doing a great job.
Well, beautiful family here, your beautiful baby boy, and yeah, you guys look great. All the social media posts, all the fun you guys are having. We're going to talk a little bit later, right, about one such social media thing that we're talking about. But also wanted to mention a new trend on TikTok, and this is something that you probably do not want to be a part of.
No, there's a warning out right now about it. We're going to be talking about the Spurs. They have a new offer for fans, and then, like RJ mentioned, we have a feel-good story that's going to warm your heart. But first, we're talking about warming yourself up starting tomorrow when the first big freeze is going to hit.
Yeah, and this is obviously the talk of the town right now. How cold is it going to get? Mia Montgomery is joining us now to talk a little bit about the weather. We're going to see some dip in temperature here, so it's going to be a pretty good change.
Yeah, we've got some kind of big changes moving in. So right off the bat today, of course, it's a little foggy out there right now. It was chilly this morning. It still is pretty chilly out there this hour, but nothing compared to what we're going to see over the next few days. So today and tomorrow morning, kind of the last time frame that we have here to finish all of those hard freeze preparations. We've got to protect the 4 Ps here after we see that Arctic front move in tomorrow: people, pets, plants, and of course your pipes. So just in a nutshell, what we are expecting here as we see this Arctic cold front move through, it's going to be pretty gusty out there. After that boundary passes by, we see gusty winds kick up in from the north, gusting upwards of 45 miles per hour at times. So when you combine that with the Arctic air we have surging into south central Texas, it's going to feel even colder than that, especially by Friday morning, where we're expecting wind chills in the single digits here in Bexar County. So that in and of itself, definitely very cold if you are stepping out in the morning for any travel plans. But speaking of travel plans, the good news is we are not expecting wintry precipitation. So sorry for those that maybe wanted a white Christmas, not happening for us here this year, but that is good for any travel plans you may have, not just here across our area, but across the majority of the Lone Star State. Not looking at any big issues when it comes to this cold air that's going to be moving in as well. So let's take a look at where that cold, bitter air is right now. This Wednesday morning, you can see, yes, it is chilly here, 41 degrees currently the air temperature over at San Antonio International. Really most of the state locked in the 40s, a couple low 50s across the southern portions of Texas. Wichita Falls, though, checking in at that freezing mark here this 11 a.m. hour. But as we take this farther up to the north, you can see temperatures in the negatives, below zero for places like Minneapolis, Minnesota, -12 in Bismarck, North Dakota. Not going to get anywhere near that cold here in south central Texas, but of course we are expecting that cold air to make its way down through the plains and into the Lone Star State over the next 24 to 36 hours. So this is the timing that we're currently looking at here for when we're expecting this cold front to arrive tomorrow here in town into the early afternoon hours. I think we'll start off tomorrow in the 40s. We'll see those temperatures climb into the upper 50s and low 60s by midday. But then after this front moves through, again, it's going to pick up that gusty north wind, and it's also going to send in that cold air, helping temperatures fall pretty quickly through the afternoon. In fact, I think by sunset tomorrow, we are already close to that freezing mark here in San Antonio, feeling even colder with that wind. And of course, temperatures will continue to drop from there. Friday morning, we're expected to wake up near about 20 here in town. Some teens expected into the hill country. Of course, those single-digit wind chills. The good news is on Friday is that those temperatures do look to warm a bit into the 30s, just above freezing. And then into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, those temperatures will warm into the 40s and then into the low 50s as well. So that is the good news there. But until then, of course, today, finish all of those freeze preps. We do have a little bit of fog right now. I think the cloud cover sticks with us throughout the majority of the day, and then temperatures maybe only topping off in the low 50s. So finish all of those preparations, because yes, we do have those big changes headed our direction. We're going to keep eyes on all of that, and we are planning on doing an app cast on our KSAT Weather Authority app as we head into our Thursday around 1:30 after the lunchtime hour, after the noon newscast. And that's also when you can kind of jump on, see when these changes are headed our direction, and we'll keep you updated on what we're expecting into the holiday weekend as well, guys.
Yeah, definitely a good idea to download the KSAT Weather Authority app, especially those app casts. You guys are great about just kind of giving out the information. And also, I know you guys have been doing a lot of reporting on some of the comparisons from this hard freeze compared to 2021.
And it is not going to be anything close to that for several different reasons. Of course, no wintry precipitation expected. Coldest temperatures not going to be as cold as what we saw back there in February of 2021. And the time spent below freezing is not as long. So that is the good news, but of course, it's going to be pretty cold out there, so we need to prep accordingly.
Yeah, temperatures dropping like a rock for sure, so definitely want to layer up out there.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to have a cold Christmas, even though it won't be snowing.
High five. I'm actually kind of, yes, I'm with you there too. It's going to be cold. I may regret that, but yeah, I'm with you.
Well, I feel like there's nothing worse than, I mean, a little dramatic, but when it's like Thanksgiving or Christmas and you go outside and it's hot.
Yeah.
No bueno. I don't like that. So I'm excited, and I'm just glad that there won't be snow, because we don't want to repeat.
Yes, definitely, of course, yeah, definitely not that. But yeah, it's a good time to bust out the sweaters, and also jackets and stuff. Sweater weather, yeah.
Well, sticking with the cold weather, the city of San Antonio and Bexar County are opening 7 warming centers to help people and their pets escape the freezing temps starting tomorrow.
All right, so this is important information, just to kind of let people know. The centers open tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, and locations include Normoyle Community Center, Southside Lions Center, the Garza Community Center, Christ the King Lutheran Church, and that is in Universal City, ESD 5 in Somerset, ESD 3 on Bulverde Road, and ESD 7 on Gom Road. And you can find all of these listed locations on KSAT.com.
Yes, and if you do need help getting to one, VIA is offering free bus rides to and from any of these locations. All you have to do is tell the bus operator when you're boarding, or let them know when you're booking a reservation. That's for VIA Link and VIA Trans. To request a trip to a warming center, call 311 or 210-207-6000. And of course, if you have pets, there's something to consider. There are kennels available at the Normoyle location, Southside Lions, and the Garza centers.
Yeah, and of course, we cannot forget about our four-legged friends in these cases here. So again, all of this stuff is on KSAT.com. And last thing, the city's also reminding people that if you plan to go to a warming center, you're asked to bring clothes, supplies, and of course, the medicine that you would need for whatever amount of time that you decide to stay there.
Yeah, so, it's good that there's locations like accessible to everybody, you know.
Right, yeah. So. And they and the city does a good job of staffing the locations as well. I remember doing a story on warming centers a few years ago, and there are security officials there. There's police or either San Antonio firefighters at those different locations, so you will be safe there as well. But again, just make sure to take those items that you need.
Yeah. So. We're going to switch over to a TikTok warning from the Cibolo Police Department. I don't know if you've seen this, but...
I've not, no. I've heard about it. I haven't really seen exactly what is going on here with TikTok, but this viral trend is getting more attention because it's a thing called the Door Kick Challenge, and it encourages people to kick the door of a house belonging to someone they don't know.
So this sounds weird, but of course, once it becomes a viral trend, everybody jumps on board. So Cibolo Police want everyone to know that not only does this pose a safety risk, but there could also be legal consequences.
Yeah, I would imagine busting in someone's door would not be the greatest thing to do, but they say homeowners who are targets might basically assume that someone is breaking into their home, which makes a lot of sense, and that could cause them to defend their property in any sort of way possible, including violence.
And then, of course, for some, like those with special needs, seniors, or military veterans with PTSD, It could also cause trauma or severe anxiety. So the Cibolo Police Department wants parents to talk to their children about the challenge. You want to discourage them from participating in it, and homeowners are also encouraged to report any instances to police.
Yeah, just not very smart to go around doing that. And you just mentioned the way that these challenges sort of spread throughout social media, but this one, yeah, definitely does not seem like something people should be doing.
I mean, do people like TP houses anymore? I don't know, but yeah, you definitely don't want to go and kick on their door.
Yeah, the TP. I don't know what happened to that. Those days may be long gone, but these new trends, they're kind of scary.
And the parent in me wants to say, don't TP either, because you're wasting it. It's expensive right now.
That is true. Inflation getting us all over the place. So yeah, just make sure to not sort of do any of these things that are going on. Make sure to stay safe during the holiday season. All right, shifting gears a little bit here. So if you're still looking for that gift, Priscilla, for the Spurs fan in your life, how about some tickets to the Alamodome game next month?
Yes, the Spurs announced earlier this week they're getting closer to breaking a record for the team's return to the Dome on January 13th.
All right, a lot of people excited about this. They're going to play Golden State. So the Spurs shared on Monday that more than 45,000 tickets had already been sold for that game. And of course, this game is part of the Spurs' 50th anniversary celebrations.
The team's trying to break the NBA attendance record set in 1998 when more than 62,000 fans went to a Bulls-Hawks game. The Spurs hope to get 65,000 people there for the Friday night game, and tickets are, get this, as low as $10.
Yeah, they posted the other day on social media saying that they had a special sale going on right now, $10. I think they were at 15, so it was a little bit less, but either way, that's a pretty good price.
Yeah,
I mean, if you need just like a stocking stuffer, or maybe, what do you call like the Christmas swap game?
Oh, like a white elephant?
Yeah, there you go. Like, that'd be fun. So just, grab a couple of Spurs tickets, and I just think the team obviously is not playing as well as it has in the past, or even when they used to play at the Dome. But still, I think this is going to be an amazing atmosphere, and it's going to be a huge, huge community event.
I think there's going to be a lot of nostalgia while you're there.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, they're doing a lot of stuff going back to like the 1990s. Their latest jersey release was kind of that 1996 All-Star Game look, which they do look clean. I do like that jersey, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure that they're going to have like David Robinson there, Sean Elliott, and all the old Spurs to kind of help out with those celebrations.
Yeah, so like you mentioned, a stocking stuffer would be great, or buy them for yourself. I feel like, I haven't been to the Alamodome for anything other than like Disney on Ice in a very long time. But we were talking about the difference in size. So I think the Alamodome it fits about 70,000.
For football, yes.
For football.
Yeah, for football it would. And also for the Final Four, I think a few years ago we had 70 something when we hosted the last men's Final Four. But 65,000 is the capacity for this game.
And then in comparison to the AT&T Center, it's what, 18?
18,000. So almost triple the size of the fans that would be headed out there. And already 45,000 tickets, which is still, that actually broke the record that the Spurs had at the Alamodome when they played there.
Yeah.
So that's already broken that record,
Yeah.
but they want to break the NBA record.
Ooh.
Yeah. Are you planning to go?
Now, yeah.
I just think it's a big old party, honestly. Like, that's the way I see it.
It's going to be exciting. So hopefully you've gotten your tickets, and if not, we have that information on KSAT.com.
I wonder if Bad Bunny could outsell the Spurs. That's going to be a close one.
Bad Bunny.
Remember Bad Bunny had like 55,000 there?
Yeah, he's doing, everybody loves Bad Bunny right now.
That is true.
So we are just a few days away from Christmas, and while I was on maternity leave, like I said, I did have the best surprise happen with the help from one of my neighbors. So it was a visit from the Grinch, and basically one of my neighbors posted on Facebook offering to drop by some of her neighbors' houses and visit children. So of course we were like, the Grinch, we're on board.
So did they just show up at your door and just kind of, okay, wow.
Yeah,
all right.
So they rang the doorbell.
Okay.
My 2-year-old, I kept explaining to her that the Grinch was going to
pictures
come
are amazing.
visit her.
Yeah.
She had never seen the Grinch, so now it makes sense why she was a little bit frightened, but it made for good holiday pictures.
Oh, you hadn't shown a picture of
No.
the Grinch? Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
That did make for some pretty epic pictures of you and your little 2-year-old there. there. So Nicolte and her daughter, Arai, is that the way you say it? Arai, okay, love that name, posted on your neighborhood Facebook group, and they were offering visits from the Grinch.
Yes, so like I said, we took up the offer, and they had just the most heartwarming story behind it. So here it is.
It's every Grinch's dream, and this Grinch story is even more charming.
Well, when I was growing up, we always liked the Grinch.
15-year-old Arai Tay and her family have decked their house in all things Grinch. And this year, they added the ultimate Grinchmas experience. A visit from a real-life Grinch for her little sister, Jade.
My sister has autism. She's not like everybody else, and she doesn't understand and take things in as everybody else. So her liking anything is just extraordinary.
She was about 4 to 5 years old when she got infatuated with the Grinch.
Nicole Tay says her daughter Jade's diagnosis was a big change for the entire family. As the older sister, Arai adapted early on.
And I remember when her sister was a baby, she grabbed her out of the playpen and held her. It was then I knew that we had something super special.
A young lady with a big heart.
There's more to Christmas than just the presents and the parties.
Arai saved her money from doing chores around the house to give the gift of Christmas cheer. First for little Jade.
It was just like in awe. She loved it so much, and she just wanted to keep touching it.
And then for families in her neighborhood. Nicole posted on social media offering free Grinch visits to neighbors.
We had been to this one house, and we thought that there was only going to be like 2 or 3 kids. Well, there was like 7 kids. They were just so happy.
The response was great.
You know, I didn't realize that, people were charging so much for things like this. And so it was like, you know what, no, we're not going to do it for any kind of fee. We're just going to do it because, one, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so this gives me an opportunity to kind of step out of the house and interact with others. And same thing with her. And I'm trying to teach her some core values to have compassion and empathy towards other people. Pay things forward and, do things just because.
I feel like we all just get like caught up in our own situations, so might as well just make someone's life easier and just not charge and just do it for fun, because I love it.
Love that idea.
Yeah, a big thank you to Arai and her mom for letting us speak with them. Again, I just thought that we could all learn something from the two of them and their story, and just being kind, especially not just around the holidays, but all year round. So.
Yeah, and I love how they took that sort of that organic family dynamic there and spread it to the rest of y'all's community. Pretty cool stuff there. And we saw your daughter Harper make a cameo there.
Yes, Harper,
So
she's the one that was scared. She's like, ah! So now it's the cutest thing. Now she just says, Grinch, and she sees him and she goes, I scared.
Oh.
So we're not scaring her anymore, but she knows who the Grinch is now. And we showed her the movie finally, so she likes it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, I was looking at some Grinch Christmas quotes, and I think super producer Alyssa said this the other day. Was it this one, Alyssa? Stupid, ugly, out of date. This is ridiculous. If I can't find something nice to wear, I'm not going. She did not say that. Okay, that sounds like something you would say.
Well, she is a super fan. She actually can do a pretty good Grinch impression.
Alyssa, can you give us a Grinch impersonation?
Oh, come on. Okay, we
She's
won't
been
put her
wearing
on
the
the spot.
earrings all throughout this entire holiday season.
And her house is also a Grinch house.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
That's good to know. Yeah. But great stuff there. And that is a great story. And thank you to your neighbors for sharing that with us.
Yeah. No, we were so happy to be able to do it with them. And again, just another example of somebody doing something really nice and really good in the neighborhood.
Yeah. All right. Well, Christmas, again, is a couple of days away, so we are getting ready for that. Okay, so that'll wrap things up for KSAT News Now on this Wednesday morning. Priscilla, you're going to be with us next week, right?
Yes,
okay,
I will
so
be
you'll
back for a couple of days. You're going to be out.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out for the rest of the year. Y'all won't see me till 2023.
Yeah.
Woo, woo. Okay.
Well, be sure you bundle up, get ready for tomorrow's chill, and tune in to all of our later shows.
Bye, y'all. Cool.